an issue we'll give you both a chance to comment on. Please respond to the statement that a vote for John D'Agostini is a vote for the Hells Angels.
I don't think the vote for John D'Agostini is a vote for the Hells Angels. I would disagree. I mean, that's another discussion, but I would disagree with some of the decisions that John has made, but I do not think that a vote for John D'Agostini is voting for a Hells Angel to put in office by any way, shape, or form. But I do disagree. Okay. I do disagree with the decision making that he has been a part of in going and meeting with Hells Angels, which are a criminal group. They've always been a criminal enterprise, and to ignore that and try to negotiate with criminals is as ridiculous as if there was a group of burglars that wanted to get together and meet and ask a sheriff for special consideration. Don't stop us anymore. Let us prowl around. Issue us CCWs. I know it's ridiculous to think that the burglars would meet like that, but the Hells Angels are a criminal enterprise. What it takes to be a Hells Angel is not, bringing cookies to the next meeting. You have to earn those patches, and it's a disgusting criminal way even to earn those patches.
Obviously, I disagree with the vote for John as a vote for a Hells Angel. I did go to a meeting. I was asked to go speak to a group of motorcycle enthusiasts, one of which happened to be a Hells Angel that was in the room. I don't regret going. I was asked to go speak to a lot of different people, a lot of different groups, and I went. I want to go back a little bit. Not yet. The sheriff works for everybody. The sheriff is the sheriff of the people. Not like in the old Animal Farm book where some just think they're equal than others. For everybody. There was a lot of law-abiding people in that meeting that night, and I went. And I put out what I was going to do. And I made it perfectly clear in another one with them that if you break the law, or the bottom line is don't break the law in El Dorado County, you don't have a problem. You don't have nothing to worry about. We do have a great department. We got a lot of great deputies. We got a fantastic department. Matter of fact, 53% of them voted to endorse me. Didn't meet the supermajority of 66%, but 53%, over 2 to 1 over my opponent. So they understand the style I'm talking about.
Okay, this is about the Fourth Amendment. Interdiction of unreasonable searches and seizures. A search warrant is required to search persons or property. 1. When is a search warrant needed? And what is unreasonable? And can you give an example of a violation of the Fourth Amendment?
1 minute, don't last.
Yeah, and then when you're done, I'm going to use it in my classroom.
Everybody has an expectation to privacy in their personal belongings, in their person, in their castle, in their house, wherever they are. You have that Fourth Amendment expectation. When a search warrant is necessary is when law enforcement has probable cause or believes that you are doing something wrong. We don't have illegal, highly illegal. We don't have probable cause, or we don't have consent, and we don't have an exigency to go check out whatever the criminality is. We have to develop probable cause, meaning there's probable cause to believe that this criminal intent or criminal activity is actually taking place. And you have to take it before a judge. He has to review it, look over it all. He determines whether there's a probable cause. If there is, he'll sign the search warrant. A violation of that would be going up to your door, saying, I think you're growing weed in your house. And they say, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Take a hike. You have to take a hike unless you have a search warrant. And we can go.
I can't reinvent it, but that was a good explanation. I'll just expand on it since I'll give you more examples. Sometimes officers may think they really have a great case and they just need to get into that house and they think they have an exigency and they really don't because they could back off and get a search warrant. That would be a violation. Shoot, John, there was something you were saying that I was going to expand on. Oh, I know. I'm impressed, first of all, that you guys know there's more than just the Second Amendment. We've been talking about the Second Amendment for a long time, which is, maybe the most important one in a lot of ways in El Dorado County. But I'm just impressed that you know that there's more than one. I think there might be 2 or 3 more. But anyway, I thought John did a good job explaining that. I might.
There have been a lot of questions. I've been in a lot of these forums too, is you have discussed the concealed weapon permits quite a bit. I want you to go over it though one more time because there's a question on it. But then there's this very interesting follow-up question that'll come next, okay? That you haven't heard before, I suspect. But you both stated that you'll take a shall issue stance with CCW permits. But what will you specifically do to ease the process to be approved for one? And would you consider reducing the fees associated with the permit?
Probably not reduce the fees. I'm a pretty good Republican. If you're going to use the service, I think you pay for the service. I don't think everybody all taxpayers pay for your privilege to have an officer standing around for you to get the permit. So I'm pretty good Republican when it comes to that. Two things. I've got a person that I've talked to at our office that is very pro-carry, and he has asked me, because I'd like to be the one that issues the permit. Also, because he can't be around 100% of the time, all the time, we've got STAR volunteers that are very, very interested in the process too, that will train to answer the minor questions that come in, to kind of, not advocate, but to walk you through the process. There's not going to be anybody turned away because they can't figure out the process. That won't happen. If they do, if somebody goes out in the community, tell them, go back in there, because there'll be people, even if I have to send the manager out to talk to you, that will be somebody that will walk you through the process. But we'll have volunteers that can be there to help you through that process to figure out the process.
A couple things to ease the process. Obviously, the 3 letters makes no sense. You have to pass the background, Department of Justice background. You have to pass the background. Anybody can get anybody to write 3 letters. Those are going to go away. And also the good cause. To me, I've said it a million times and a lot of times in the forums, good cause is personal protection with justification. I'm this close to being able to say just self-defense. As soon as CITES is done with and Peru is done with in Southern California. Looks like we're going to get that. As far as cost, we can't charge, the Sheriff's Office can't charge any more than what the encroachment is to us. It's set by law what the fees are. You can't make a profit on this. We can't make this revenue positive for the Sheriff's Office. Some sheriffs have got in trouble for that. So we're only charging, and we should only be charging exactly what it costs to get the process through. And, having everybody else set up and help me they're working for me and get under my direction. Bottom line is my name's on that permit.
Okay, now, have you heard this one before? Why is the concealed weapons issue such a big issue? And how does a more lenient process benefit a citizen who carries no weapon?
Well, I think that it is such a huge issue right now because of the state of our government. People want to know, people want to feel like the government trusts them. Because we're supposed to trust the government. But right now we feel like they don't. And this is a right that has blatantly been taken away and whittled away over the years. I firmly believe that. As far as, what was the second part of it again? I didn't write it down.
How does a more lenient law benefit a citizen who carries no weapon?
If it's a citizen that carries no weapon and has no interest in ever carrying a concealed weapons license, it wouldn't benefit them at all. Other than, I firmly believe that the old saying, an armed society is a polite society. Even if you are not carrying or if you don't have a concealed weapon on you, if some nut job comes up and knows that in El Dorado County, hey, there's a lot of law-abiding citizens that carry firearms. He doesn't know which ones do because they're concealed. So if you don't carry them, you don't believe in it, that's fine. But you're getting the benefit for the other folks that do because you're not going to mess with it.
Why is it important? I think hopefully that was kind of asked by somebody that doesn't really have an opinion one way or the other. I think it's important because the Sheriff's Office cannot be everywhere, every time for everybody. I told you before, we've got beats over 400 square miles. You obviously picture it, you can carry it in your house. You can have a gun in your house. to me, there's no difference in that to being out on the street. If you're out walking on the street, and you're much more likely to be a victim of a crime outside your house than you would be inside your house. Right now, we issue for business reasons. If you go and pick up rent, we give you a permit for that. But that same behavior, if you're walking on the streets late at night, driving on the streets at night, or by yourself, that same behavior is very, very important to also be able to defend yourself. I also think that when people don't know who's armed, all of society is safer. So if you choose, the people that choose not to carry guns are making a good decision, because those are probably people that would not, they know personally they're not able to use that gun in defense of their life. So they're probably making a good decision for themselves.